If you've been keeping an eye out on the Poke community as of lately, there's been a term that has recently surfaced, and basically it is a term that you do not want to be labeled as. You don't want to be called this. You don't want anything to do with this term. And that term is Ditto. Now, as we all know, Ditto is a Pokemon that copies other Pokemon, and that is essentially what this term means. It basically means that you're copying someone else. You're copying someone else's work. You're copying someone else's layout, thumbnail, commentary style, let's plays, and all that stuff. And that's basically what being a Ditto means. And honestly, you do not really want to be a Ditto in this time of day, because basically being a Ditto means that you're just trying to become a carbon copy of a certain YouTuber or a certain content creator, and that's not really a good thing to do, and it's not really it doesn't give you a good look at all. It really does not. And I'm just gonna share with you guys my personal experiences when it comes to being a Ditto, because I have had my fair share of Ditto moments where I was a Ditto and I really didn't feel bad about it at all. And I'm just gonna give you guys my personal opinions on being Ditto, or being a Ditto, or Dittos in general. So yeah. So like I said before, I used to be a Ditto. I was a Ditto every once or twice, maybe 3 times. I can't really count how many times I've been a Ditto, because I really don't know how many times I've been a Ditto, except for one surefire time, and that was when I did my Sacred Gold Egglock. So basically, I saw Callum's Storm Silver Egglock, and I was like, whoa, he's getting so much feedback from this Egglock. But at that time, I didn't really have an idea of what kind of layout I wanted to do, or what kind of game I wanted to do, or anything like that. So he was doing Storm Silver, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna replay Sacred Gold, because Sacred Gold is one of my favorite games, and then I'm just gonna do an Egglock of it, and I'm just gonna move some things around in his layout, and then try to reproduce his layout, and then make it my own layout. And that's basically what happened. My layout literally looked almost exactly like Callum's layout, and I was doing basically the same game he was, and I was doing the same format that he was doing. Now, back then, no one really cared about Dittos or anything like that. No one really cared that my layout looked kind of like Callum's or anything like that, because at the end of the day, I was copying Callum for sure. I was copying Callum when it came to the layout. When it came to the thumbnails, though, I came up with my own thumbnail idea, so that was all me right there. But when it came to the actual layout and the gameplay and stuff, I was definitely copying Callum, and I'm actually surprised people did not really heckle me for it back then, because it was so bad, guys. It was really bad. And I'm actually surprised that today people don't really heckle me about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure people would if I started to Let's Play today and started copying one of Callum's layouts. Then I'm pretty sure I would be labeled as a Ditto right off the bat. But at the same time, though, there's at least one point in everyone's YouTube career where they are gonna be a Ditto without even knowing that they're a Ditto, or they're gonna be a Ditto on purpose, because that's like a springboard for them to get their commentary style up, and get their commentary up, get their gameplay skills up, get their layout making stuff up, and all that stuff. So when it comes to actually being a Ditto, sometimes being a Ditto, in my opinion, is actually a really good thing, because then it allows you to spring off of that and develop your own commentary style, develop your own way of doing things. And that's basically what I did with my Sacred Gold Egglock. I used that as a platform to basically get my commentary style up, and then from there I just kind of jumped, and that's it. I just kind of jumped into my own commentary style. That's the Let's Play that I started saying swiggity swag, what's in the bag, and from then on it just kind of stuck with me, because I was just like, oh, I guess it's stuck with me forever, so I'm just keep on doing it. So I guess sometimes being a Ditto is a good thing, but at the same time, as of right now, being a Ditto is not a good thing at all. It's something that you really don't want to be, especially if you're going really hardcore with being a Ditto, and you are literally you're a carbon copy of someone else. You're literally taking their layout, you're just taking an exact copy of their layout, and you're taking their commentary style, and you're trying to become them. You know, that's not really something that you want to do, because then you're gonna get hate. You're gonna get a lot of hate, and then not only that, but and then when the person that you're trying to copy sees it, it's game over. From there, you might as well just delete the video. You might as well just delete the entire video, because there's nothing but the finest hate is gonna be on that video. Not gonna lie to you, I've seen it happen. It's not a good thing. It's really, really not. And when it comes to dittos, there could be a good ditto and a bad ditto. A good ditto is someone who's, I guess they're kind of starting out, and they're not exactly trying to copy you word for word or layout for layout and stuff like that, but they're still learning. So they're taking what you do, and they're like incorporating it into their style, and then they're trying to develop their own style from there, and then just branch off. But then you get the dittos that literally just flat out copy you just to try to be you, and then that's not a good thing to do, because then it's like, well, who are you? Because it's like I'm watching a second me. What is this? So if you want to take anything from this video, I would say be a ditto up to a certain point, but still be you. Because if you're trying to be someone else, then who are you? That's basically it. If you're trying to be someone else, then who the hell are you? Exactly. That's just how I see it. When it comes to being a ditto, if you like how someone does something, like, do it, but then like change it around a little bit and make it your, like, try to make it your own thing, or something like that. Just try to make it your own. Don't try to flat out copy what they do and then try to become them. So, because that's not really a good thing to do at all, you guys. It really isn't. And a lot of people can probably say that, you know, hey Jay, you're trying to become Nappy because you started doing top 5s and stuff, or you trying to become I don't really know. I have no other person to really base it off of, because I did watch Nappy's top 5s, and I was really inspired by his top 5s, and I saw all the feedback he got from top 5s, and then I saw all the feedback that I got from doing top 10s when X and Y was about to drop. I did like top 10 Pokemon I wanted to see evolve, top 10 Pokemon I wanted to see get pre-evolutions, and then I got so much feedback on those videos to where I was just like, oh wow, this is a really successful series, maybe I should bring it back. And so that's why I brought it back. But during those videos as well, especially the pre-evolution video, I could be seen as dittoing Callum yet again, because I don't know, Callum just had really good fucking videos back then, and he still does now, but like really, like back then he had like really good videos, and I was just like, wow, I love your videos, Callum. And I was just like, I need to somehow incorporate like part of his style into my style, and then just spring from there. And I don't know if I don't know if it's worked or not. I'm still like learning YouTube myself. I'm still trying to find my niche when it comes to YouTube, which is a lot of people, you know. But I can probably tell you this though, when it comes to being on YouTube, there's gonna be maybe 1 or 2 times where you will probably be a ditto, and I would just say don't be a 100% ditto, be like maybe a 50% ditto, and then be 50% you. That way there's still a little bit of you in the video, or maybe 70% you and then 30% ditto. That way there's a lot more of you in the video than there is of a ditto, and then you won't really be labeled as a ditto. And I guess that's just how I see it. So I'm kind of telling people to be a ditto but don't be a ditto, which is kind of confusing. I know, but if you see something on YouTube that you see is doing well, and you want to try to do something similar to that, then there's nothing stopping you. But just don't flat out copy what they do. Don't copy everything that they do. Don't try to copy their commentary style. Don't copy their commentary style. That's the biggest thing. Do not copy their commentary style. I can understand that there are common phrases among the community that gets passed around, like bop, I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head, to be honest with you. Or to be honest, you know, there's like common phrases among each and every PokeTuber that, you know, there's just a common phrase that everyone says, and that can't be helped, because it's like when you hang around someone for so long, you catch on to the phrase and then you start saying it. But don't flat out copy their commentary style. Like, if someone, like, I'm not gonna say, you know, hey, don't take the Swiggy Swag What's in the Bag intro, because it's technically not even really my intro. I got it from Ed Netty. But if someone else started using that intro as well, and people watching it know that I say that, then they're gonna label the person who's trying to use that intro as well as a ditto, because then it's like, oh, you're trying to copy Jay, that's Jay's intro. And it's like, well, yeah, it's not a good thing. So like I said, just be like 30% ditto, 70% you, and you should be fine. I feel like you should be fine. That's kind of what I do sometimes, more or less. Some other times I just try to just do something different. With like these rants, for example, I really didn't see anyone doing rants like this, and so that's why I started up these rants. So I try to start something new. The point is, just be 70% you, 30% ditto, because if you're more ditto than you are you, then who exactly are you? That's basically it.